Welcome to our deep dive into the source material you've provided. Today, we're looking at a really interesting text called How to Become a Data Analyst in Your Company Using Artificial Intelligence.
That's right. And the core idea it explores is pretty compelling. In today's world, with companies drowning in data, analyzing it shouldn't just be for the tech specialists anymore.
Exactly. So our mission today is to break down the key ideas from this text so that you, our listener, can figure out how you might start using data analysis with a little help from AI in your own job.
hmm And the text really highlights this crucial point. Just having loads of data doesn't automatically mean better decisions are being made.
Right. Traditionally, you needed some serious technical background.
You did. But now, with more user-friendly tools and, crucially, AI becoming more integrated, it's really opening up the field. Democratizing it, you could say.
So, this deep dive should give everyone a clearer picture of that shift and what it means practically. Let's jump right in. The text starts by defining what a data analyst even is in this new AI-powered landscape. It's not just about making pretty charts, is it?
No, not at all. The definition it offers is someone who can turn raw data into actionable insights. It's about finding the right info, structuring it, analyzing it rigorously.
And then communicating it clearly so people can actually make decisions based on it.
Precisely. The examples the text uses are quite good, like spotting an increase in complaints about shipping delays.
Or noticing that bundled products are selling better than expected.
Yeah, or even pinpointing that customers tend to drop off after the second follow-up email. These things reveal significant trends. Think about customer churn, for instance. AI might spot subtle patterns in why certain customers leave patterns a manual analysis might totally miss.
Okay.
That allows for proactive steps to, reduce that churn. That has a direct impact on revenue, maybe in ways you wouldn't see without that AI-driven perspective.
And that's where it gets really interesting because finding those patterns has direct business value. Optimizing things, cutting costs, maybe finding new income opportunities.
Absolutely.
Now, the text also talks about the essential foundations of data analysis. For someone without that deep technical background, what are the key building blocks we need to grasp?
Well, the document rightly points out you don't need to master complex programming languages right away. It mentions familiar tools like Excel or Google Sheets.
Still powerful stuff.
Oh, definitely. Great for sorting, filtering, grouping data, using pivot tables, and even specific functions like VLOOKUP, IF, or SUMIF for quick analyses.
And SQL, that often sounds intimidating.
It can seem that way, but think of it as the standard language for asking databases questions.
Okay.
Select is like choosing the columns you want to see,
Okay.
or adds filters so you only look at specific data. Group by Y helps organize similar information together.
Right.
And join is crucial for connecting data from different tables, like linking customer details with their purchase history.
Got it. That makes sense. So extracting the raw material.
Exactly. Then there's data visualization. That's another key pillar. It's essential for communicating findings effectively.
Through charts, graphs.
Yeah, bar charts, line graphs, heat maps. And tools like Power BI or Tableau are highlighted because they let you create interactive dashboards, often without writing any code.
So accessible ways to present the story in the data.
And finally, basic statistics. Not scary complex formulas, but understanding concepts like mean, median, mode.
The basics we probably learned in school.
Pretty much. Standard deviation, and importantly, correlation, understanding how things relate to each other.
Correlation meaning how two things change together.
Exactly. Like you might see a positive correlation between marketing email sent and website visits. As one goes up, the other tends to go up too.
But it doesn't necessarily mean one caused the other.
Correct. It just indicates a relationship worth exploring.
Okay, so we see there's a foundation of accessible tools and concepts. And this is where AI comes in as that strategic ally. The text is very clear. AI isn't replacing the human analyst. How does it describe that relationship?
It frames AI as an amplifier of the analyst's efficiency. It gives practical examples like automating repetitive, time-consuming tasks.
Like data cleaning. That always takes ages.
Yes, data cleaning, generating routine reports, detecting subtle errors, or even summarizing large amounts of information quickly.
That sounds useful.
And it emphasizes AI's ability to analyze massive data sets, finding anomalies or correlations that would be almost impossible for a human to spot manually.
So seeing patterns in the noise.
Precisely. It mentions features like Copilot and Power BI, where you can ask questions in plain English and get visualizations back.
Wow, okay.
Or using AI assistants like ChatGPT to explain technical concepts, maybe help generate some SQL code or interpret data tables.
But the human element is still vital.
Absolutely essential. The text strongly concludes that human judgment is indispensable for interpreting AI-generated results and making the final informed decisions.
That's a really important point. Some might worry that relying too much on AI could dull critical thinking. How do we ensure that human oversight remains central?
That's a great question. I think it's about viewing AI as a tool, a powerful assistant, but not the final arbiter. The analyst needs to constantly question the AI's output, understand its limitations, cross-reference findings, and apply domain knowledge. It's about collaboration, not delegation.
And the document mentioned using tools like ChatGPT for generating SQL. Are there potential pitfalls there, limitations we should be aware of?
Definitely. While helpful, AI-generated code isn't always perfect. It might be inefficient, contain subtle errors, or not fully grasp the specific nuances of your database structure or business logic.
So you still need to understand SQL yourself to check and refine what the AI produces.
Exactly. It's a starting point.
Yeah.
A way to overcome writer's block, perhaps. But it needs careful validation by someone who understands the data and the query language. Blindly trusting it can lead to inaccurate results.
Right, makes sense. What I find really helpful about the document is that it doesn't just stay theoretical. It pushes towards practical application, working with real cases within our own companies. What kind of concrete problems does it suggest starting with?
It really encourages tackling tangible business issues. Things like analyzing seasonal sales variations, figuring out the profile of customers who churn, studying delivery times based on location, or evaluating how different marketing campaigns are performing. Real-world stuff.
Things that most departments probably grapple with.
For sure. And it outlines a kind of mini process. Gather the data from various sources, spreadsheets, CRM, internal systems.
Get it all in one place.
Then clean and organize it. That's crucial. Then analyze it for patterns, averages, peaks, dips. Visualize the findings to make them easy to grasp.
And finally,
Present clear conclusions. What did you find? What does it mean? And what potential actions could be taken? It also stresses that repeating this cycle is key to building experience and skill.
learning by doing, essentially. Get your hands dirty with the data.
Exactly that.
And to make that journey less daunting, the text suggests setting clear, achievable goals over time. How does it structure that growth plan?
It proposes a phased approach, which seems sensible. Month 1. Focus on learning the basics of Excel, maybe a bit of SQL, a visualization tool. Identify one area in your job that could be improved with data. And, importantly, try using an AI tool on a small data set.
Okay, baby steps.
Right. Then, by 3 months, aim to develop a useful dashboard for your team, start integrating AI into your daily routine for specific tasks, and present some initial findings.
Building momentum.
And by 6 months, the goal is to be using data analysis to actually solve business problems, collaborating with other teams, proposing data-backed improvements, and trying to measure their impact.
That feels like a very manageable progression. I like that. The text also talks about building an efficient work system, those habits that make ongoing analysis easier. What does it recommend there?
Yeah, it emphasizes organized routines. Documenting your processes, how you clean data, generate reports, present findings, saves time later, and makes it easier to replicate success.
Good point. Avoid reinventing the wheel.
Precisely. It also champions automation for repetitive tasks, using macros, AI tools, or simple scripts where possible.
Freeing up time for the actual analysis.
Exactly. And it promotes talking to other departments. Getting different perspectives and understanding their needs can really enrich your analysis.
Breaking down silos.
And finally, learning from mistakes. If an analysis didn't have the expected impact, figure out why. Improve the process for next time.
So, continuous improvement baked in.
You got it.
So, to recap, we've explored how AI is really changing the data analysis game, making it much more accessible to, well, potentially anyone in a company.
Yeah, from understanding what the modern analyst does to practically using AI for automation and insights, this text gives a pretty clear roadmap to get started.
It really does seem like the ability to analyze data and make evidence-based decisions is becoming a core skill, doesn't it?
Undoubtedly, it's increasingly essential in today's business world.
Yeah.
And strategically incorporating AI into your workflow doesn't just boost efficiency, it empowers people to make a bigger impact and really contribute to their organization's success.
Okay, so as a final thought for our listeners, building on what we've discussed today, What's maybe the very first small, concrete step you could take to start exploring data analysis with AI in your daily work? Is there a specific challenge or question in your area that could really benefit from looking at the data? Something to think about.
Good question to ponder.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.